Yep, too long. Didn't go in the battery. Well, on a flat edge of the table here. Try not to kill ourselves. Popped out. There's a little mark on the round there. You can see where it touched the grooves. We might have to reseat these. I'll try one more. No, they're not going in the battery. So, what will happen is I am going to have to bring these back and seat them to the depth that fits my barrel. I thought I had them in far enough, and that was an epic fail. Epic fail. All right, so we're back at the bench. As you can see, the rounds that I made were too long. When I chamber checked them with my dummy round, I thought they were in far enough. It sounded like they seated well. I didn't pay enough attention to how high they rode in the chamber, comparing it to the factory round that drops in. It wasn't that far off. I think I mentioned when I was loading them that I ended up loading them to a depth of 1.12, and that wasn't right. I think I finally dropped it down to 1.08, and that's my dummy round. 1.08, and that's what didn't want to go into battery in my Lone Wolf barrel. So I wasn't going to force it. Like I said, there's no point in racking on the slide. I tried 2 rounds. Neither of them went into battery. They were close, but I wasn't going to risk shoving it in there and then it doing something horrible to my gun. So we're back here. I checked my depth again, and I lowered it just a little bit more. Now I'm at 1.06. 1.06, right on the button. They drop in nice. You can hear the nice positive thump. And I can still turn it with it down in there, and it falls out. The other round that I seated, it didn't have that. It had kind of a thump, but when I really pushed on it, really thumped on it, I couldn't turn it. I still able to pull it out, but I couldn't turn it. And I don't want my bullet touching my lands and grooves at all. I want it close, but I don't want it touching at all. So we're going to be back here. I reseated this one. I reset my die to 0.106. 0.106, pretty much right on the dot. 0.10605. Yeah, 0.10605. So that's what I'm going to seat the rest of these to. And then we're going to go from there. Then I'll get back on the range. Try to get some range data. I don't have my chronograph in yet. So I don't have a whole lot of idea of where we're at. As far as velocity goes. I mentioned earlier that I had a really, really, really light crimp. And that's fine. And actually that helped me because then I didn't have to really push on this bullet. So my light crimp, it's enough to hold the bullet in. and that was fine. It's making it easier for me to seat these at a further depth. So I haven't checked the depth of the chambers on my other 9mm barrels. I have a SIG 938 Extreme. I think that one's probably going to be the next tightest, but I have no idea. I'll check. This is the depth for this barrel, so that's the rounds I'm going to make for this barrel. And I changed my recipe up there, so it's all set, so I don't have to second guess. I don't have to screw around with it anymore. This die is set. If I have another chamber that's completely way off, I'll just get another die set and another set of dies. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna finish seating these, then we'll get out on the range and see how they shoot. Alright, this is the lightest load I had set up. Just gonna check these real quick. Make sure there's no signs of splitting or anything. They seem to pop pretty hard, so well, maybe it's just my imagination. First reloads through the gun, no malfunctions, no sign of splitting. I'll check the other cases quick. Yeah, I can definitely feel those are heavier and not accurate at all. So, looking at the cases, because I mark my cases with marker on the end of them to keep track of what's what for load. And the heaviest load that I marked, I could definitely feel the recoil pulse was definitely more stout. And the accuracy was horrible, but there's still no signs on the casing. There's no split or anything like that. Waiting on my chronograph to show up before I really dial in a load, but at least it's a start. I'm going to load up some more of the lighter ones I have and shoot them up. So I had 2 targets down there and I shot at the wrong one for the loads. I had them pre-labeled. So give me round 2 with those more stout loads. I'm still down from the max load data that I've been finding. However, my bullet depth is a little deeper to fit that lone wolf barrel. So that might be what's causing me more recoil pulse. We'll give it a shot. Yeah, cases still look fine. The group was actually much better. That I must have just been screwing off the first time I shot. Up here. No, this is why you do more than just one round to figure out what works best. So that was the first chunk and that was going to be my freehand target, and that's just the round I just shot. So it's actually really tight. Not a bad view from our gun range. Nice sandy beach. Yeah, this will work. Yeah, don't forget to pick up your brass. Even if you don't keep it, somebody's gonna keep it, somebody's gonna want it. So police up your brass, make sure your range stays clean. Yeah, that's about it. I got here, I shot 2 days ago, and a couple buddies and I, we policed a lot of brass, almost twice of what we shot. And now I'm here 2 days later. I shot a box of 50, and just looking around, there is a ton of brass. So I'm going to be here a while, picking up who knows what they're shooting, and it's all over the place. So free brass for me. I guess I'm not going to be too upset about that. So I'm back from the range. I think it went pretty well the second time around. So we'll see. I'm going to wait to load a whole lot more till I get my chronograph. That way I know where my velocities are at, and go from there. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see some more stuff. Just starting this channel, so it's educational for me to do these videos, and hopefully it's educational for the people that's watching them. So take care. Thank you.